everyone. How are we all doing today? Let me turn that music down. My goodness, excuse me. How are we all doing? I hope we're all having a really good Sunday so far. Starting a bit late, kind of behind schedule. I decided to sleep in a little bit. I don't know. I earned it. I've been working really hard lately. First off, volume check. How are we doing, everyone? Hello, Honey Azealia, Manuela, hello. Yes. Hello. Audio is kind of quiet. Honey Azealia says it sounds okay. 80, hello. I'm gonna need a consensus on the audio. I deserve to treat myself. I do work so hard, Maeve. You're so right. I work so goddamn hard. I did like 6 days of work in 2. Like this week. Oh my gosh, like there's so much animation. I was blowing through all my deadlines, and then I was like, you know what? I'm feeling kind of burned out, so I'm just gonna sleep in for an hour. I guess. Anyways, but that is done. We're all here, and we're queer. Probably. I mean, that's an assumption on my part, you know. But anyways, so we are going to work on the tutorial level again. I know this is taken a while, but we're powering through it. I just realized this music is a remix by Keisuke Yasuda, which is very, very good music, but also it's a remix, and I want to just do video game music. So we're gonna go through. Oh gosh, I haven't been. I was not ready. I usually have a playlist ready, but I don't. So I am going to bring up a random playlist that I have made and saved. Mario Odyssey. Sure, hopefully that works. Sure, let's do Mario Odyssey. Hello. Lion Cup, how's it going? So this is the tutorial. We're in a tunnel right now. Oh my gosh, Emily, hello. It's not a secret tunnel through the mountains. It is very much not secret. I do understand that reference, though. Have the record show that I do understand that reference. Secret tunnel. Gosh, I haven't watched that in a long time.
I must see her.
Yeah, dramatic motherfucker. Okay. So, nice arm movement. Thank you. I finally found my fucking leap motion. It was lost in the blanket that's in the doggy bed underneath my desk. It was all tangled up in there, so, you know. I have hands now. What? It's real time? Yeah, I'm holding an invisible controller in my left hand and an invisible water in my right hand. Don't forget to stay hydrated. That was a weird way to say that. Don't forget to stay hydrated. God, this controller sucks. One. I bought, how is volume? Is that too loud? Impressive.
My, what have we here, sister?
I'm gonna turn down volume. I think it sounds really fucking loud.
Leave me be, beasts.
Leave me be, beasts.
What a peculiar device.
We need to hide the UI elements.
What are its secrets? Oh, we must find out.
Epic voice acting. Yes, this is by Tashritter.
Watch out.
Okay, so where we left off last Saturday, there are some. I remember I caught some edge cases, but we did not patch them. Definitely, thank you so much for the 6 month resub. Got stuff to do, but have a good one. Thank you. I'll see you around. Peace out. That's really sweet of you for resubbing. Yeah, so we caught a few we caught a few edge cases, a few bugs that we didn't fix. We don't have time to fix. So we should work on polish a little bit. Maeve says, is that the is that the iconic Matilda sisters I hear? Yeah, it is. My hand's still working. Cool, cool. Honeybuns working on the 2 projects? Poorly! Very poorly! Right, so for the subtitles for the Matilda sisters, it's playing over the, it's displaying over some UI elements, and normally what I do is hide the UI elements. So I'm going to do that. So let's take a look. Let us take a look at what is overlapping. Are the Snake Woman and the Matilda sisters? Are the Snake Woman in Matilda? Are the Snake Woman the Matilda sisters? I've never played Bloodborne. There are no Matilda sisters in Bloodborne. Okay, so it looks like everything is overlapping here. The Matilda sisters are a legally distinct version of the Shadows of Yharnam, who are basically just roped figures without snake heads. They're just empty heads. But snakes do come out of their chest. They do have the snitties, so you know, we kept those. Okay, so the speedometer, the timer, and the lap counter. We shouldn't even have a lap counter. This is the tutorial. This is a, sorry, you can't even see that. And a lap counter. We shouldn't even have a lap counter because this is a tutorial level. There's no laps. This isn't a race. So we're gonna go ahead and hide these elements. Some of them permanently, some of them only for the dialogue. So we're gonna go to Kart UI. We're gonna open up our Kart UI. I think this is called text block _ lap. I'm gonna make the text a little bit bigger for you to be able to read it easier. Okay, so we have Kart Pond Ref. This is us. This is the level blueprint. This is what plays after intro cutscene over. This is what happens after a Sniper Crow tutorial over. We do need to polish up Sniper Crow tutorial, but it does work. It does fully work. Anyways, so we're gonna grab, actually, yeah, okay. So at the start, we're going to hide the lab, text block lab, because we're not counting laps. This is a tutorial level, there's no laps, right? So we're gonna hide this at the very start, right? At begin play executes on the first frame. So we're going to drag off Kart Pond Ref. We're gonna get Kart UI. We're going to get widget object. We're going to pass to Kart UI. So now we have access to the data inside our Kart UI. And inside Kart UI, we're going to get text block lap. We're going to set visibility to hidden. Boom. Do you think turning up at Pride in full Bloodborne cosplay is appropriate? Well, it's in June, so it'd be kind of hot. But like, sure. I mean, why not? It's basically a parade at this point. What?
Well, you basically go to Pride in Bloodborne cosplay.
No, I go to pride in my clothes.
Which is Bloodborne.
Which... It's different.
It's okay. Every day is Pride for you.
Yeah. Art said hello.
I must see her.
I think that volume is too loud. Okay, so our lap counter, you can't see it because it's hidden underneath my bunny ears, but the lap counter is still visible. So I don't know what's going on there. Set render opacity to 0. Let's try that.
I must see her.
There we go. Okay, that works. So our lap counter is empty.
One.
That is so loud. I feel like it's louder than the rest of the dialogue in the game. So we're gonna lower that volume.
I must see her. Leave me be, beasts.
It sounds like ridiculously loud.
I must see her.
Let's do volume 1.
I must.
1.5. Serval says, I hope you have a great time since last stream. Thank you. I have had a great time since last stream, actually. Animating up a storm, working very, very busy on Bunleth's show. We're taking a break from that to work on something else, which I think technically doesn't classify as a break, but fuck it, we ball. So next up is,
What have...
yeah, so these are two... These are way too loud. It's like we're like clipping audio here. You can like kind of hear it clipping. Where's our volume?
What
Point 6. Butch Bread says, it's been a minute since I've gotten to see his stream. Hope you've been well, but doing good, Busy, busy.
Must see her.
Let's go, hello. Kuni, hello. The skip, okay, here's the annoying thing. Pressing the start button to skip also pauses the game after it skips. It didn't do that. It used to not do that. Now it does, which is my least favorite kind of bug, where it kind of just happens out of nowhere. So hopefully, that, gets fixed. I'll have to look into that. One? Okay.
my...
So we have a few things we need to address. We need to hide for the when the subtitles show up, which is the speedometer, which is a different asset. We have the canvas panel timer. We need to turn this invisible down here. So this is not on start, right? We really want to hide this stuff because we want to know our timer, we want to know our speed. So we only hide this during the dialogue that shows up during gameplay, which is here, right? Sniper code tutorial over. It plays dialogue, waits 3 seconds, and then plays a dialogue. My, what have we here, sisters? So over here, we're gonna get a reference to Kart Pawn Ref. We're gonna get a reference to Kart UI, which is now valid. It is not valid during the first frame, but it is valid here because this isn't the first frame. No ice, hello. So we're gonna get a canvas panel timer. We're going to set visibility to hidden. Fishbird, hello. I cannot read that. Oh God, some of the chat colors are way too dark for me to read. Sidra Kuro says hello. Hello! Misha says, the Three Sisters, by the prickling of my thumb, something wicked this way comes. Wow, poetry in chat. It's crazy. Okay.
I must see her.
Yeah. You must see her. We also need to tutorialize pressing the back button, select, to switch.
One.
Firing, modes.
My, what have we here?
That is clipping.
Leave me be, beasts.
So as you can see, the text, vanished. On the bottom left, the timer. But we still have the speedometer.
What are its
I need to remember... Okay, so we need to hide speedometer. Sidra Kuro. Okay, got it. I'll pronounce it correctly. I'll try to remember. Okay, so if we go into our cart pawn... All right, so these are individual objects, right? So the speedometer stuff, these are individual objects. So we're going to get W underscore speedometer. Set visibility to false. Get, I think it's called speed pointer, which is silly. It's a needle, but whatever. The speed pointer, you know, the thing on the speedometer, the speed pointer. Coney says, it's so fucked up that Victor says that. Leave me be, beasts. They're not bee beasts, they're more like bird beasts. No, they're snake beasts.
I must.
We also need to, we need to fix that. Pause, skip.
One.
My, what have we here, sisters?
Leave me be, beasts.
What a peculiar device. What are its secrets? Oh, we must find out.
Okay. So we are going to actually... Let's see here. Do I break this down to a function? So we're gonna break this down into a function. And just call it toggle subtitle UI or something. We'll figure it out. Collapse to function. Okay, so now we just have toggle, I guess, subtitle UI visibility. Or I guess we should say toggle sub UI visibility, you know, for shorthand, no other reason. Louisa Rock says, do you not write any code? I don't know what you mean. We're writing code right now using a visual scripting middleware called blueprints. But if you want to be a pedant, sure, I'm not writing. But if you want to be an ultra pedant, technically you're never writing code, you're typing it, so... I guess no one ever writes code unless you do it the super old-fashioned way. I guess everyone's is a fake programmer. Okay.
I must.
I'm not a real programmer. I'm a fake programmer. I'm actually just connecting boxes with lines instead of pushing buttons on a keyboard. Okay, for some reason our time thing stopped working. Amisha says, whenever I see all these functions connecting to others, I think about my time making levels in Little Big Planet 2. Closest I'm ever gonna get to, hold on. Closest I'm ever gonna get to game dev. Actually, that's where I started out. I started out with Little Big Planet, and then when I got into Unreal Engine, I was like, hey, this is like Little Big Planet. Lucia says, can you imagine people in the Middle Ages writing code with pen and paper by candlelight? I don't think... I can't imagine that. That is something I can imagine in my brain. But I don't think programming existed yet. Well, okay, I'm thinking like programming in this sense, sure, but like setting up the programming for like a play or something, sure, that could be written with pen and paper, parchment, ink and parchment by candlelight.
Showing a medieval peasant writing code by pen and ink, they're like, it's alright.
It's alright.
It's alright.
Wait, what's that meme I sent you? Oh my gosh.
I can understand this tweet
No, I can understand this tweet
and the
just fine.
Dorito?
It's alright. Oh my god, what was it? Me, tears streaming down my face, sobbing as I stare at the stars. It's just so beautiful. The medieval peasant I went back in time to give a bag of Doritos to, concerned. What terrible and powerful sorcerers they must have in your age to be able to veil the vault of heaven itself from view, as you say. Me sniffling. I didn't realize. I can't. It's so much. Are the chips good at least? Medieval peasant trying to make me feel better. They're magical, strange traveler. I love Tumblr so much.
I imagine that'll be their reaction to the code.
Yeah. What if anyone's directed an actual play with an event graph? If a cutscene's considered a play, I guess so. What tool is this? This is Unreal Engine's Blueprints, which is a visual scripting for C++. A visual scripting middleware for C++. I think that's technically called middleware. Now, why is my visible... Oh, this is backwards. Classic. Classic bunleth. Plugged in backwards. Leave me be, beasts. Yeah, I'm Don't worry, Agony. I need to work before, in between reading how funny chat is.
I'm just cleaning up the ones I like.
Quinny says, Mine liege commanded this humble servant to write 900 lines of his holy code such that the goodnight Mario may leap upon the wicked Goombas. Quinny, you're so funny. Goodbye, Aggie. Give us a good bark.
I must see.
outfits does Bunlith have? Good question. Okay, so here our UI is hidden. Like our speedometer is hidden.
Leave me be, beasts.
And then it should pop back on. And now it's back. And this is where we're gonna tutorialize. I mean, we should. Okay. All right. We should do everything. We should do everything correctly. Yeah. Outfits does Bunlith have? Oh, excuse me. Well, at least in VC phase, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. But Bunlith has way more than 9 outfits ever. Eva says, "Leave me be, Beast. Me when a beast tries to take my bee." Unfortunately, Eva, Kuni already beat you to the punch with the bee joke. Okay, so we need a okay, so when the cutscene is over, we're going to we're going to we're not where's the Sniper Crow tutorial? Because right now, Sniper Crow tutorial pops up. See all those little actors floating in front of us? That's Sniper Crow tutorial. I actually want... We need to spawn... So the sniper rifle right now is just a pickup placed in front of the spawn point. We don't want that. So we need to do this correctly. So Sniper Crow tutorial will pop up. Victor will like... Victor needs to react in some way. We don't have a dedicated line for that, but I can like find a grumble somewhere. He'll just be like, ugh. And then we spawn the sniper via code. And then we'll get a tutorial prompt that says, press R1 and use the left stick to aim the sniper rifle. And then we get these 2 lines. What have we here, sisters? Leave me be, beasts.
Leave me be, beasts.
And then we get a prompt to press the back button to convert the sniper into a pistol. In which case they'll say, "My, what a peculiar device!" And then you're tasked with shooting some more crows. I think that would be the best way to handle this tutorial, right? Because this exists, we're tutorializing the sniper rifle, like this weapon, right? A pistol. But where the heck is our Sniper Crow tutorial actor? Here we go. This is actually spawn. Sniper Crow tutorial spawn, and this is Sniper Crow tutorial over. What kind of motorcycle would Bunlith ride? The golden one, the copper and steam one from Nightmare Kart. The one Father Gregory rides. Okay, so what program is this? This is Unreal Engine 4. Oh snap! An outfit swap. Okay, we'll do Summer Bunleth. Okay, so so we're going to, okay, so there's just a random drop in front of the spawn point of the sniper rifle, which is kind of silly. So let's see if we can, we're gonna do some live VO processing. So we need like a grumble. We need like a, I think that's the best we can do without having to call him, tell him Shulk, and ask him to do some more lines. You know, I mean, if we do pickups, we need a whole list. I can't just be like, hey, can we have one line? So we're gonna go to, I'm doing this off screen. We're gonna go to Bloodborne Kart, assets, Victor, campaign lines, and then we have the source. Do we have a grumble already? We have a humph. Okay, we have a humph already. Do we have a grumble? I know we have a grumble somewhere. Grumble.
How about we skip the...
That's not a grumble. Grumble. Okay, so we do have some, like, noises. These are from cutscenes that are going to happen in the future, so I don't want to repeat lines. We have general gameplay. General gameplay lines, which you already have imported into the engine. So let us go to VO Victor, and instead of doing cutscene, we're going to go to gameplay dialogue. We're going to go through all these. I don't know if any of these will work.
Yes. How dare you?
How dare you?
Curses!
Curses!
You dare!
So these are bits. So you know, these play during gameplay, right? When he takes damage, he makes he says these lines and stuff. I don't know if any of these will work.
Right on top. X. Yes. This cannot be.
This cannot be.
How clever. This cannot be.
I don't think any of these will work. Okay, we're gonna grab Grumble. So we're gonna grab a Grumble from a future cutscene. I'm just going to make a copy of this. All right, so we're going to have humph.
Leave me be, beasts.
What about Grumble? Unfortunately, Grumble is in the cutscene that plays after the tutorial, so that's too soon. Okay. Bishop Pero says, what gauge are those tracks? I don't understand fully what you mean by that. Okay, so we're gonna open up like the space between the rails. Oh, it's fake. It's a PS1 game. It's not real. Are you a foamer? Bishop, are you a foamer? It's fake. It's not real. It's for a fake evil train that houses the blood of ancient gods, that runs off the blood of ancient beings of power. So their gauge is actually fake and not real. Also, we should probably add this to the chat. I actually get constantly harassed by foamers, so we're going to add a rule. We're going to add a rule down here. Foamers DNI. There we go. Cool. A foamer is someone who's so into trains that it bothers everyone else. And are a danger to themselves and other people for being too close to the tracks. Sorry, Bishop Harrow. Foamers are people made of foam. Don't blow on them too hard or else they'll vanish. They'll disintegrate into the ether. Watch here, watch this. You want to see a magic trick? I'm gonna drag this train onto the track, and then all the foamers are gonna get mad at me for the inaccuracies of a PS1 video game model. Watch this. Watch, I'm gonna put this right here, and then all the foamers are gonna come crawling out of the woodwork to yell at me about how inaccurate my demon train that runs off the blood of the elder gods is. Oh, hold on, we need the wheel. Every time I post a picture with this train, foamers get really mad at me. Just a reminder, this game is evoking the same era that, this game is coming out in the same, that is evoking the same era that gave birth to this train. And no one's yelling at Nintendo for the inaccuracies of this train. No one gives a shit, but as soon as a trans woman makes a cool PS1 train, all of a sudden it becomes a massive problem. What do you call a foamer but for firearms? I think those are just called gun nuts. Sorry, Bishop, I'm not talking about you, just foamers in particular. You seem to have a head on your shoulders. Yeah, Bishop, you seem chill. You seem like a chill foamer. Oh, Sugiwin says, actually, if we use coal instead of blood, the train will run more efficiently. Fun fact, actually, I got, everyone was quote retweeting me and dunking on me because there was no coal car. On the train that runs on the blood of elder gods, as you can see by the blue in the boiler. So I actually, to get them to shut up, this is so funny. To get them to shut up, I made a tank car that's vaguely tender shaped. Just so they see that, right? And then we put like, you know, like the regular train cars in the back, right? So there's just a vaguely tender shaped car behind the train just to get them to shut the fuck up. And they're tanks, right? Because it runs off of blood. Anyways, I'm getting too distracted. The train is the final boss of the DLC. The only reason there's tracks here is to foreshadow the final boss in the tutorial level. These tracks don't actually do anything. They're just a visual for the tutorial, right? We're just foreshadowing. Lucia says, me when I criticize Nintendo for the inaccurate train, and they respond by hitting my house with a cruise missile with an image of Mario on it. No, more like they turn you into an indentured servant by suing you for $10 billion. Okay, anyways. Excuse me. We are going to get back on topic. So, right now, okay, what we're gonna do right now actually is fix that pause skip problem. You become a Nintendo serf and you have to scribe all their code by hand. Kuni, you're so funny. You crack me up. Okay, so next up, yeah, so we need to fix the pause bug, right? Is there a simple, I believe I have just like a disable pause function, or a bool, I should say, in Kart. Oh, excuse me. So when we start the cutscene, we're just going to grab our pawn ref and just set disable pause. Look at me! Wow, past Bunleth, really coming in clutch with all these bulls. So we're going to cool. Right. So disable all inputs. Disable all inputs is already true. And then we turn off disable all inputs. I'm going to try something here. I have a theory as to what's happening.
I must see her.
Okay, so chat, I know exactly what's happening. Actually, pause works a bit uniquely. Actually, no, never mind. Okay, so we are, excuse me. Where's our music? Oh, it's over. I'm just gonna loop this playlist one more time, and then we'll find another OST to listen to. So basically, when we press pause to skip the cutscene, and on that frame we disable all inputs. But we're disabling inputs too early, so we press start to skip. It disables all inputs, and then the system goes, "Oh, you pressed start. Now that inputs are enabled again, we're going to pause." Right? So we're doing it too early. So we're actually going to do a branch off here, or sequence, which branches our code off into two. We're going to put a delay here by a single frame, which is a delta second. And then we're going to disable inputs. So we're going to wait a frame after skipping before we disable inputs, which is, of course, enabling our inputs.
I must see her.
And there we go. So now we press start to skip and it doesn't pause. And then if we press start now, it will pause, right? So that's good. I think that's called, believe that is called a race conflict. God, good golly, another outfit swap. We're gonna run out of red hair bunleth outfits soon. Alright, PJ bunleth. Bishop Arrow says disabling inputs so the foamers can't pause the game and go complain on Blue Sky. Do you program in any particular languages? Unreal Engine uses C++.
I must see her.
Via blueprints, right? Which is the visual scripting. Right, so we don't have our sniper rifle, right? So we're going to so when the crow shows up, we need to play a sound. Do we have a sound for the crows? I don't remember if we have a legally distinct sound for the crow enemies. Actually, I think we do. Enemies. Okay, yeah. These are legally distinct crows. So we're going to play sound at location. I guess spawn sound attached. We're going to play. I guess we'll play a caw every time it spawns. That makes more sense. So we're going to open up our Sniper Crow tutorial actor. And every time it grabs a crow from the pool and makes it active, it's going to caw. Right, so we're going to spawn sound attached. We're going to the sound will be our legally distinct crow caw. There we go. And we're going to attach it to our active crow, the crow that we just grabbed from the pool. For those who don't know, a pool is like, how do I say this? You know, like when you're playing a video game and you're fighting a bunch of enemies, and you kill like a blood monster, and you kill the blood monster and it falls over and it disintegrates, and then you round the corner and then a second blood monster is there. That's actually in the code. That is most likely the same blood monster that they kind of just grabbed and reset. Right, because most games, not every game does this, but they spawn all the monsters they need during the loading screen, and then it just hangs out like underneath the level or something, and then it hangs out in a pool, and then you grab it from that pool and place it where you need it. Not every game does this, of course. But that is a common way, because when you load a monster, when you spawn a monster, there is a chance that you're doing a load, and that can cause a hitch, that can cause frame rate problems. So, excuse me, my goodness. So what you do is you spawn them in a pool, like below the level or something. At the start, they're just chilling. They're probably not even visible. And then when you call it, when you need a monster, it grabs it from that pool and places it where you need it, and it plays the spawn animation or whatever. So that's what we're doing. So we're grabbing a crow from the pool. I'm sure you've seen, like in speedruns or whatever, where they glitch out of bounds and they find like, oh, here's an unused character from this cutscene that's just hanging out down here. That's usually why. So when we grab a crow from the pool, we're going to, reference that crow and make it play the legally distinct caw sound, and attach it to that crow, right? So it's coming from that crow. Lucia says, the Bloodborne crow noises are copyrighted. I don't know. I know that there was a lot of outsourcing for the sound effects, and a lot of those sounds come from licensed libraries. And when I made Bloodborne PSX, I just got the sounds ripped from the game disc and put them in the game, right? That was a fan game. That was like a mod thing. It wasn't a mod, but it was like a little fan game, which is pretty common for fan games. And Sony was like, well, no, you can't have that anymore. It's been up for a couple years, but take it down. Do I risk continuing to use ripped sounds from the Bloodborne disc? No. So I am going to, do I know the actual legal in and outs of sourcing a sound effect from a disc that I own? I don't. Do I bother to find out? Or do I just make a new caw sound from a free library? I'm just gonna do a free caw sound. I'm not gonna worry about it. And you know what? That's more creatively fulfilling anyways. And that's why I make games, to be creatively fulfilled and to make people happy. Anyways. There's our crow. It made a crow now. It made a crow noise. kind of quiet crow noise, so we're gonna bump that volume a little bit. Okay. We're also going to make a dispatch. Crow. It's grabbed from pool. Alright, so a dispatch is basically just a dispatch is it's viewed as like a letter. I don't really like the letter visual, but it's basically a dispatch is just this actor, this Sniper Crow tutorial actor is just going like, hey, I just grabbed a crow from the pool. And then we can have a different actor listen for that with their bunny ears. And so we're going to go into the level and have the level blueprint, the level actor listen for that dispatch, right? Crow grabbed from pool. So every time a crow spawns from the pool, we now know when that happens, so we can do unique code from that, right? For example, we're only going to do this once. We're going to do once, and we're going to play dialogue, which another outfit swap. Y'all are crazy. We're gonna run out of outfits at this rate. I should make outfit swap more expensive. Oh, this is the first Bunleth VTuber with the blue hair, and she doesn't even have her oh gosh, I think there's only 2 mouths for this one, and there's no lip piercings. This one's kind of ugly. Oh, this one isn't final. This one's final. Is it final? Okay, I think this is the actual first one. I think that was a test one I used. I just forgot to get rid of. Anyways, excuse me. So we're gonna play some dialogue, which is that grumble that we grabbed, right? Huh. Metal Gear. We're actually gonna wait a second when the crow shows up. We're gonna wait. So basically, when the first crow spawns, we listen for that dispatch. When that happens, when a crow spawns, we wait 1 second and then play the dialogue of Victor going. That's all we're doing so far. Is this a game or animation? We're working on a video game right now.
I must see her.
All right. Perfect. After he goes, we wait for 0.5 seconds, and then we spawn. We grant a excuse me. We are going to grant the player the silver rifle power-up. Do I remember how to grant power-ups? I don't. So we're going to look at some existing code. The inventory pickup. We're gonna go ahead and open this. I forget how we do this. I think it's just called grant power up. Yeah, grant power up. Okay. Right. I remember now. Okay. So we have grant power up. Now, the power up to grant is a spreadsheet. So we have a spreadsheet that is just called parent cart power up list. This is every power up in the game. This is a spreadsheet that contains the data for every power up in the game. A lot of these are like the general use ones, like the shotgun, the pistol, the health transfuser, aether vials, droplets, blah 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 blah. We also have the special campaign power-ups. For example, the silver rifle, which is the sniper rifle, like the unique sniper rifle that has unique functionality. So we're going to spawn the silver rifle. So what we're going to do is we're going to get data table. So we're going to reference oh, it's been a sec. Oh, chat. They're not called spreadsheets in Unreal Engine. They're called data tables. Ugh. What's the node we need? I don't remember. Big Yellow, thank you so much for the raid of 36. My goodness, that's a healthy amount. Get data table. Okay, I remember now. Yeah. Get data table row. Right. So this is our spreadsheet, our power up list, and we're going to get the silver rifle. And then here's our data from the spreadsheet, this row. Plug that into the power up we want to grant. And that should be it, I think. We're gonna find out. Of course, Big Yellow. Thank you so much for sending people over. I really appreciate the raid. There we go. Silver top rifle. It didn't play the ding noise. Do we want it to play the ding noise? Why isn't it playing the ding noise? Where's our ding noise? Ding. Dial ding. Do we do dial ding? We're gonna do dial ding. Okay.
I must see her.
Okay, so now I have a rifle. Dial ding! I must see her. Mew and Bundle goes live. We actually never played the entire cutscene. Let's watch the whole cutscene.
I must see her. The races.
This cutscene's unfinished, so don't get too worried about it.
I, Victor,
I know the flickering's too much.
In all of Miralodia.
Affine texture warping and floating point integer, vertex jitter, whatever the fuck all those words are.
This chariot, passed down through the generations, a noble machine, but confined to the limitations of man. If I am to achieve my
It occurs to me that this is a segue. Yeah, the Hunter's Chariot!
I must fulfill my destiny as the last of the Kartborn, and seek them out. The old Karts.
legally distinct upright chariot. Okay, so we're actually going to remove the delay. There's too much time. And when we spawn the Sniper Crow tutorial, it seems like it waits a couple of seconds before it grabs the first crow. I don't know what's going on there. Yeah, we wait 3 seconds. Let's make that like 0.5. Is the helmet legally distinct? It sure is.
I must see her.
Alright, Edie, I'll see you later.
My, what have we here, sisters?
Leave me be, beasts.
Okay, now, I also don't remember how the tutorial function works. So we're going to we're going to open up the tutorial for the main campaign. Okay, it is coming back to me. Excuse me. Hold on, chat. I'm just re-familiarizing myself with how the tutorial system works. Okay, so just familiarizing myself. All right, so now we need to assemble the tutorial text. We have something called rich text. Rich text allows you to have to put textures into a text file using an HTML style system. So we have this input translator that I made. These are all of our inputs. Is that correct? It is. So we're actually going to go to our project settings and check our inputs. Use power up. So let me see if I remember this correctly. Press use power up. To fire, aim, and fire. Would it be the silver rifle? To aim and fire silver rifle. Aim and fire the silver rifle. Silver rifle should be in red text. But we're going to do this one step at a time. Let's make sure it actually works first off, right? Okay. So let's see what happens here.
I must.
There we go. Obviously, it's a bit... it's not perfect, but it is there.
One.
So actually, we're going to update this a little bit. So it's press R1 and the left stick. Let's see here. Sorry, Chad. This is a pretty this tutorial system's a bit difficult because it's so HTML heavy. Excuse me. Do I have a tutorial prompt? I think I have all the inputs listed here. It's been so long. Scroll message. Yes, okay. So our rich text and our decorator style. Rich image. Okay, here we go. So these are all the images we have. You can see it's very small, but these are all the images we have for the game. So we want to do D-pad. Okay. We have one that's just the stick. Stick L. So yeah, it's very small. There we go. That's a lot bigger. Okay. So just... we have one that's just all four directions? I guess not. Okay. Stick L. So, old carts is Press plus use power up, which is currently mapped to R1. Less, I think it's just called Stick L. Yeah. Plus Stick L. To aim and fire the silver topped rifle. Okay, let's see how that looks.
I must see.
Yeah, shut up. Okay, the formatting's a little bad, but it does, like, this looks correct, right? And we want silver-topped rifle to be, red or teal. Actually, I'm not sure what color we want for that. I think we want it to be red. Oh, excuse me. We're also going to do small text, or I think it's just called SM. Okay, I believe that's the correct HTML. No. Default SM. Okay, I think that's the correct HTML. Let's see. Okay. Close. Let's make the scroll less wide. Okay.
I must.
Let's do 280.
I must.
$260.
I must.
Okay. So this is the good to comment your codes, kids. Comment your code. Alright, so this is the Grant Sniper power-up section of our code. Okay. Crow grabbed from pool event. We're gonna make a new, excuse me, a new dispatch from the Sniper Crow tutorial, which is Crow killed. Unalived. What engine am I using? Unreal Engine 4. Alright, so Crow killed. There we go. Okay, so we're going to listen for a crow killed. The Insane says, I heard a lot of bad stuff about Unreal Engine. What do you mean bad stuff? Do you just mean like it's unoptimized and bad? That's more to do with the developers and less to do with the engine. And you're probably thinking about Unreal Engine 5. Unreal Engine 4 is fine. Unreal Engine 4 is very powerful. And if you disable all the bullshit, like the crazy temporal anti-aliasing and bloom and fucking all that shit, motion blur and RTX Terra shits per mega fart, it runs fine. Just turn it all off. It runs fucking fine. It's not nearly as bad as gamers who are rage baiting on YouTube are gonna lead you to believe. It's more yeah. It's a tool, right? It's more, you know, games, AAA games made in the engine being unoptimized and kind of janky is more to do with the fact that the AAA developers are being crunched to shit, underpaid, and have a massive technical debt because they laid off all the experienced people. It has not really much to do with the fact that Unreal Engine 5 as an engine is overtly bad or anything, right? What? The problem is capitalism is what I'm saying, chat. It's capitalism. Let's burn the whole fucking thing down.
Discourse.
I'm discoursing? What discourse? Boot it, boot it, boot it. Okay, so we're gonna make a bool here called let's work. Okay.
I must. One.
Perfect.
My, what have we here, sisters?
Leave me be, beasts.
Okay. Next step, we're going to tutorialize. How do I pronounce that? Zachary? Is it just Zachary? That makes you more. Do you have a Discord server? No, we do not have a Discord server because people are being way too forward and parasocial and a little weird. And there's a lot of weird discourse happening, and it fell apart. It got too big and weird, so we turned it off. We disabled it. We deleted it. There is no Discord server, unfortunately. A lot of personality-based Discord servers don't usually end well or last very long. You know? Our Discord server has buckled under its own weight over the course of many years. Okay, so Sniper Crow tutorial. We're gonna have 2, actually. Zachary. Cool. Okay. Okay, so yeah, we're gonna have 2 Sniper Crow tutorials. Refresh. So the initial amount of crows we need to kill is 2. Also, we're gonna disable the swap to handheld mode. Can we do that? Guess it doesn't really matter.
I must see her. One. 2.
3 feels better. All right, chat. What are we listening to next? What video game OST are we listening to next? Metal Gear Solid 2 Chill Extended. Eva says I need to leave some Discord servers. Yeah, I've left most Discord servers at this point. I'm really trying to kind of sunset my use of Discord. I'm switching over to Signal. Okay, so it's gonna be 3. You have to kill 3 crows. Tutorial completed. So Sniper Crow tutorial completed. Sorry, I'm just editing. This level was made under the assumption that there is only 1 Sniper Crow tutorial, but now we're gonna have 2. We're gonna do the first one, kill 3 crows, and then you get the dialogue of the Matilda sisters, and Victor says, "Leave me be, beasts!" And then we get a tutorial on how to switch firing modes for the sniper, the silver top rifle. And then we get more dialogue, and then the tutorial's finished. Eva says, I got back from FFS, the in-person queer community during my recovery there. I was made me realize how much I was missing consistent socialization with people. Congratulations, first off. Secondly, yeah, I hear there's a lot of good community out there in certain places, in certain spaces, where a bunch of people will help out with people recovering from FFS or bottom surgery or stuff like that. It's really nice. I'm kind of really wanting to plug into local communities and meet people in real life more. It's just more inherently satisfying than discoursing on Discord, you know? Which is a personal opinion. You do not have to share that. That is not an opinion you need to share. So this is Sniper Crow Tutorial 1. Now we have 2. Sniper Crow is the name of the game? No, Sniper Crow is the name of the tutorial. The name of the game is Nightmare Kart. Bent is asking what a foamer is. A foamer is someone who is too much into trains. They are too into trains. There are train tracks in this level, and a foamer showed up and started asking questions about the train tracks and the style of train and the track rating or whatever. It's a PS1 game. It's a single polygon. I don't know what to tell you. It's a texture. That person, I don't know if that person is still here. That person wasn't a foamer though. Bishop Arrow is not a foamer, but I have had issues with foamers in the past. Basically, if you depict a train to any degree online, foamers will show up and get mad at you for the inaccuracies. There is a type of foamer called a rivet counter, right? Where they're like, you drew this specific train, but on the front boiler, there's actually only 4 rivets, but in the actual train, there's 5. It's like that kind of comment. This DLC, I'm working on DLC for Nightmare Kart. It has a train. It is a fake train. It is a fake train that is larger than... It is 200% scale for the sake of gameplay. And also is a fake steampunk train that runs on the blood of elder gods. And foamers will get very upset because that is not a real train. So, yag. Something I have to deal with. Alright, so Sniper Code Tutorial 2. This will be 6. Now, we need to tutorialize switching first. We need to tutorialize switching first before we spawn crows for you to kill. They're called foamers because they're foaming at the mouth about trains. This is a term that has existed since before the internet. This is a very, very old term. This is very, very old.
My, what have we here, sisters?
Leave me be, beasts.
Cool. Okay. So the tutorial for firing modes. Yeah, oh yeah, I'm sure everyone here has seen what the train looks like when the boiler explodes. Very fascinating. Okay, so we're gonna spawn Sniper Code Tutorial 2. This code is getting a bit sloppy, but we'll clean it up in a second.
I must.
Fishbird says the volume of the stream is too silent. I'm going to ask the rest of chat to chime in if they think the stream is too silent. It's a little soft. I'm going to ask for more information. There are 3 volumes. There's my voice, there's the video game gameplay, and there is the background music. How do all 3 of those sound in relation to each other?
My, what have we here, sisters?
Leave me be, beasts. 4.
That's not good.
5. 6. 7.
Okay, so music is a bit low, but I can hear you fine. You can hear the video game. Voice is a little soft. BG music sounds like it's so soft that you can't even hear it. So I'm going to just go like this. Lower volume on my end. Raise mic volume. I guess I'll just move the mic closer. I know once I get to yellow, it starts to get clipped a little bit. Okay. Okay. Is that a little better? Okay, cool. How are we doing on time? Hour and 41. Okay, that's not bad. Bum, bum, bum. Okay. This feels pretty good, this tutorial, right? So we're gonna watch the whole thing from the start. Actually, you know what? No, we're going to go to the main menu. We're gonna turn off music. New game. Okay.
I must see her. The races, the participants, they must all be bested. I, Victor, must become...
Yeah, these lines are too quiet now.
All of
Oh, well, we'll work on audio balancing later. What's important right now is that the sounds are in.
This chariot, passed down through the generations, a noble machine, but confined to the limitations of man. If I am to achieve my goals, if I am to see her, I must fulfill my destiny as the last of the Kartborn, and seek them out. The old Karts.
This feels good. Like this tutorial, this user experience, whatever you want to call it, feels good.
Two. 3.
My, what have we here, sisters?
Leave me be, beasts. 4.
Yeah, of course we're missing. These shots are missing. So I'll need to fix that, but we can fix that later.
5. 6. 7.
That feels good. This feels good. We of course have a bug where it's not a bug. I guess you just call it a data leak. Where the Sniper Code tutorial, there's 2 Sniper Code tutorials. There's Sniper Code tutorial 1, and then Sniper Code tutorial 2. When we finish Sniper Crow Tutorial 2, Sniper Crow Tutorial 2 will delete itself. But Sniper Crow Tutorial 1 will never delete, and it'll just hang out for the rest of the game. We don't want that. So we're going to have to make sure they both get deleted. Zach says this game looks really fun. Is it still in development and not released? The game is currently released. I'm working on the DLC. Search Nightmare Kart on Steam or itch. You will find it. It is a free download. We are currently working on DLC for it. You're welcome. Alright, so Sniper Crow Tutorial 1 over. We're going to destroy actor. Oh my gosh, Octo Genius, thank you so much for the rate of 8. Oh, Vent, we do have links turned off. I should probably enable it. We haven't had to deal with we used to have to worry about bots spamming bad links in chat. We haven't seen that in a long time, so I should probably just enable links again. Octo Genius, hello.
Two. Three.
There's too much long of a pause between finishing tutorial 1 and the first line. Whoever said Victor 6-7, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Not literally. Please don't ban me, Twitch. Well, whoever said Victor 6-7 I'm very upset. Whoever said Victor 6-7 in chat is in big trouble. Oh, Cody, it was you? How dare you? We have a dialogue showing up over some UI elements because we forgot to hide them. Whoever said Victor 6-7. Chat, oh my god, I need to tell you this story. I was at MagFest, which is a convention, a nerd convention. So there's a bunch of young nerds. My hotel room was on the 7th floor, which is of course after the 6th floor. And you know how elevators work. It says what floor that you're going up and going out of. Every young nerd coming off the 7th floor, which comes right after the 6th floor, was in the middle of telling the funniest joke coming out of that elevator every single goddamn time. Oh my goodness gracious.
My, what have we here, sisters?
Leave me be, beasts.
I think we can have this tutorial press back to toggle firing modes happen during the dialogue. Maybe that might be too much information, having text on the top and bottom of the screen. I'm gonna try it. bum. Yeah, I'm just, I'm worried about this game. I am very, I am very considerate of the player's time. I do not want to have a lot of waiting around for dialogue to finish and all this stuff to happen before you're allowed to progress to the next part of the level. Right, so I'm trying to cut into as much of that as possible. I don't want any padding in this game. So instead of waiting for the second line to finish, we're going to have the next part of the tutorial trigger 2 seconds into the dialogue instead of waiting for it to finish. Just speed it up just a little bit. All that stuff does count. It does matter.
My, what have we here, sisters?
Leave me be, beasts.
I have things plugged in incorrectly. Let's try that again. It's all about the timing. The timing is very important.
I must. One. Two. Three.
My, what have we here, sisters?
Leave me be, beasts.
Yeah, that's a little better.
4. 5. 6. 7.
Victor 6-7.
What eyes? Oh, we must find out.
Okay, there's one thing we haven't taught to the player yet, which we need to. Oh yeah, I've been infected with 6-7 for a while. I'm so sorry, chat. I'm 33 and I go like 6-7. Anyways, top left, you can see we have one shot left on our sniper rifle. When we shoot it, it drains our HP to reload. So we need to tutorialize that. Right. So it should be pretty simple. Okay. Alright, so Sniper Code Tutorial 2 completed. So we display the next tutorial, which is using the rifle drains health. So look out for health transfusers, which we'll drop health transfusers in the second half of the tutorial, which is the poison swamp. And we are going to I guess we'll leave it up for 10 seconds. What? Oh.
I must see her.
Probably hide the tutorial prompt when we're sniping.
2,
Ugh, more work.
3.
My, what have we here, sisters?
Leave me be, beasts. 4. 5. 6. 7.
Y'all ruined it!
What eyes? Oh, we must find out.
Do I put the sniper rifle away?
Watch out.
I don't think we're gonna be we can't be. Okay, so chat, basically, there's two halves to this tutorial, right? We're introducing and teaching how the sniper rifle works, and we're introducing status effects, right? So I think we should put the sniper rifle away when we finish the first half of the tutorial. That's what we're gonna do. So after we clear the scroll message, the final check, which is using the rifle drains health, so look out for health transfusers. We're going to, I think it's called force, remove power up. No, just remove power up. Okay, let's see if this works. Because I want the Matildas, because you know who you're hearing, that these ladies, these are the Matilda sisters. I want them to show up, and they show up in the cutscene. The cutscene at the end of this tutorial has Victor talking to the Matilda sisters. So I don't want you to shoot them, right? So I guess we'd remove the rifle. We need to remove the rifle from the player's inventory. From the players, we need to remove the power up, because he uses the power up in the cutscene. Spoilers.
My, what have we here, sisters?
Leave me be, beasts. 4. 5. 6.
Shit.
7.
What a peculiar device. What are its Oh, we must find
Cool. So now we don't have. So now we're in the second half of the tutorial. We do not have the sniper rifle anymore. Can we? We can drive backwards, can't we? Yeah, we need to like put a gate down or an invisible wall or something here to prevent us from driving backwards. So we'll do it later.
Watch out.
Cool. And then I want the Matilda sisters to show up. So we need to make a new endless section of this level. And they'll show up and they'll drive around and... do we have any more... Like, we have more dialogue, right? Or is that it? That can't be it. Can we just do laughing at the very least? Actually, yeah, that is the last recorded line for the gameplay dialogue. So we need to make a tutorial prompt for the poison. So I'm going to type out here. Status effects. I guess we can just write this in Unreal Engine. Okay, so we have something that listens for like checks to see if you have poison buildup. I guess we need to force poison buildup. Okay, yeah, that's fine. So there'll be, because like right now there's like there's like ramps that let you jump over the poison, and there's like sections on the side that lets you avoid the poison. But we need the poison. Jumping into the poison will cause one of the Matilda sisters to go, ee watch out, and we're also going to spawn its toilet prompt. So there needs to be a section of this poison area that is like mandatory. There is like a stretch of unavoidable poison for like, you know, a couple 100 feet that will force it to show up. Okay. Okay, so status effects. What's the prompt gonna be? Status effects. Like, we need to teach two things, right? The actual status effects and the fact that there's buildup, right? Status effects. Status effects negatively affect the player. I can't say affect twice. Build up. Okay, chat. I'm going to go on a quick bio break, and then when we get back, we'll figure out the wording for this. So I'll be right back. Hello, chat. I'm back. So, not for long. We are... Oops, opened up Blender on accident. We're at 2 hours. We're gonna stream for a little bit more. We're gonna work on this tutorial build up. Guess we're gonna be finishing this. Why is my... Hold on. Where's my hand tracking? There we go. Okay. Yeah. So honestly, the second half of this tutorial is very short. We're going to get this tutorial prompt. After this tutorial prompt, we need to, thank you, good to be back. We need to, like, I'm trying to map out what is left for this tutorial level. We are almost done. We need to teach the player how stats effects work. A foamer is someone who is too into trains. There is a train track on this level. Which means foamers are going to show up and start asking me weird questions. I could probably delete that. That was mostly for a bit. I did that for a bit. We can get rid of foamers DNI. When we start working on the train boss fight, we can absolutely put foamers DNI back. But yeah, that was mostly a bit. Anyways. So what's left for this tutorial level? We need to teach the player status effects. We need to make the endless loop of poison. I guess it doesn't need to be endless, but like the player needs to survive the poison stretch of the level. After that, the ending cutscene plays. Also, I want the Matilda sisters to show up in gameplay and drive alongside you. And then the ending cutscene plays where Victor talks to the Matilda sisters and gets a key piece of information to trigger the next, like, you know, the next part of the story, right? Like we need some story to happen. We need to advance the plot, right? So for the rest of the stream, we're going to do the tutorial prompt that teaches how status effects work. And we're going to extend the poison section because the poison section is like extremely short. So we need to make it a lot longer. That's probably all we're going to do for the rest of the stream. We're at we're over 2 hours now. So yeah. I'm not deep into my Lilith lore enough. What is Yag? Yag is just a typo that got popular. You know, one of those typos with good mouthfeel, I guess. You know, like I for gore or stuff. You know, like one of those. Right, plot carrot, right. So we have the introduction cutscene, which, oh, hold on. I got an error here. So we have the introduction cutscene, which, you know, explains there's only Victor. He hasn't met any characters yet. He's by himself. And he is monologuing his goals. His goal, right? And that sets the stage for the story. The story isn't important. This is a meme game. This is a gothic kart racer meme game. So like I'm going off of like you know, like character action game rules, right? Where like the story needs to be serviceable and it needs to set up fun gameplay moments. Right? Those are kind of the things. But you still need to put the effort in, right? At least that's the rules I'm giving myself, right?
I must see her. The races, the participants, they must all be bested. I, Victor, must become the greatest.
Right, the volume's too low now. We lowered the volume, it's too low now. Right. So we got his little hunter's segue. He's got his little segue.
This chariot.
The chariot, the hunter's chariot.
A noble machine, but confined to the limitations.
Excuse
of
me.
man.
I want to say this volume, the game volume is too loud. The Metal Gear Solid volume.
Must fulfill my destiny as the last of the Kartborn and seek them out. The old cards.
Beautiful.
Two. Three.
we should... Okay, another thing I want to teach is that there's two firing modes, right? There's the manual aim sniper rifle, which is hit scan. And then there is the pistol non-scoped version, which is lock on and shoots a projectile. It also does less damage. It's worth noting. But the crows have such low health that it kills them in one hit regardless, so it doesn't convey that correctly. So I want to boost the crow's health so that the pistol version takes 2 shots to kill him. Let's do that right now. Goodness, excuse me. Okay. So first I need to see how much damage the sniper rifle and the pistol do. So we're gonna go to our power-ups code. So the silver pistol, basically it's a silver pistol and the silver rifle. The silver pistol does 150 damage, and the silver rifle does... The silver rifle does... Oh god, this fucking code is so messy. The silver rifle has to do over 150. Excuse me, damage. Ay, ay, ay. It does either 425 or 1,000 damage. So we just need to give the crows 151 health. Let's just do 160. Can we set their... Can we set their health manually? Okay, so health is going to be 160 instead of 123. Right, so it takes 2 pistol shots to kill them, and 1 sniper shot. Right, so that'll just intuitively teach the player that the pistol does less damage.
1, 2.
But it kills them in 1 hit anyways. What's going on here? Maybe it does more than 150? Okay, their damage, whoa. Their damage, animation is incorrect. It plays the wrong animation. We actually don't have a damage animation for flying variants of the crows. So when they get hit, they play like they play the animation where they're slithering along the ground, like in Bloodborne, right? Because these used to be the carrion crows from Bloodborne. So when you shoot them, they do the little ground slither animation. But that's okay. We can fix that. Not today, though. Okay, So now we need to work on the first. Okay, we need to work on. We're going to We're going to program in a checkpoint. We can forget we need to fix that. There's no way I'm going to miss that. There's no possible way that I'm going to forget to do an important thing in a game and then ship it while forgetting to do that, and then do a panic hotfix, you know, 6 hours after we launch the DLC. I've never done that before. How dare you imply that I would just forget to do something? Okay. Okay. So we need to program in a checkpoint, which will basically, it's called the campaign special checkpoint, right? Actually, I already have it partially set up here. So basically, once we get to the second half of the tutorial, excuse me, we're going to set special checkpoint active. Special checkpoint active to true. Right, so our checkpoint is now true. We're also going to do this on begin play just to debug. So when we start the level, it triggers the special checkpoint. We're obviously going to remember to delete this when we're done. You know, in fact, we're going to put print here, and to say debug set campaign special checkpoints true. And make it yellow, just so it plays this message every time. So we don't forget. Right. Okay. So when we spawn in the level and the checkpoint is active, we're going to turn on all Sniper Crow tutorials completed. So we just auto complete the tutorial, the Sniper Crow tutorial section, and tutorial phase. We set tutorial phase to 2. Okay, so actually we're going to, yes, okay. Plug you in here. So when we hit this volume here, right, which is a volume that covers the end of the tunnel where we get to the poison part of the level, right? We hit that volume, we activate the checkpoint, and we set Ventella, welcome back, and we set tutorial phase to 2. But if the checkpoint is already active, we turn the tutorials prompt. I'm sorry, my brain is so messed up. We turn tutorial phase 2, and we set the all Sniper Crow tutorials completed bool to true. 2 and true. That was tripping me up. We also don't play the intro cutscene. So I'm just going to copy this. Okay, so basically we're in cutscene mode. When you're in cutscene mode, it disables everything and like disables the camera and everything. So I'm just forgetting how to re-enable everything. Gentle M, hello. How's the Goth Bunny Gurk? Pretty good, pretty good. Working on Nightmare Kart, you know. Goth Bunny Gurk is working on the Goth Kart Racer. Yeah. Sorry about that. Just had to deal with a text message. I didn't want to throw Signal up on my screen. That would have been bad. Okay, so Nightmare Kart has the blackout cam. Force init fader blackout cam. Okay, so basically the player starts with a blacked out camera, and then after 0.2 seconds or whatever, it plays a fade up from black animation. We're actually disabling the fade up from black so we can play the intro cutscene. But if we don't have an intro cutscene because we activated the checkpoints, because we're skipping that, we are now going to enable the fade up from the blackout camera. So we should get a nice clean fade up animation when the checkpoint is active, because we're skipping the Sniper Crow tutorials. Excuse me. Okay. There we go. We did get the UI to flash. I don't like that. Perfect. Right, so now we get a nice little fade up. We also need to teleport the player to past this volume, I believe. I guess right before. So we're gonna make a target. Target point. Right, so we're just spawning a point, a target point, which is kind of just an empty. It just holds data, location and rotation data. So we're going to reference this target point. We're going to get the cart pawn. We're going to set world location. Sorry, set actor location. We're going to get actor location from the target points. And we're going to set the player location to the target point location, which is effectively just a teleport. Oops. delete all this. That's just some redundant code that like disables the dialogue that could be currently playing when you're in a cutscene, when you're in the cutscene. But we skipped the cutscene, so we don't need to worry about disabling dialogue. So I just removed that part. Excuse me. Beautiful. And now we're at the second part. Beautiful. We do want to we have, this is kind of like a cheat, but we just have a gate here that will just disable prevent you from driving backwards, right? So let's put the portcullis here. It has to be before this here. Okay. Okay, so both when you activate the checkpoint, we're gonna teleport our portcullis to our new location of negative 32,519 on X, negative 199, negative 200 on Y, and negative 11.7 on Z. So that basically prevents us from turning around and driving back to the first part of the tutorial, phase 1. We don't want that. And I want to say less than 1% of players are going to try to do that, so we don't have to worry too much about like making some extreme functionality that like, you know, like turns you around or plays a cutscene or it's like, I can't go that way. Like we don't need to worry about any of that because like less than 1% of players are going to try driving backwards. Right. Crazy Metal Gear tension this coding. Right. So when we activate the checkpoint, we're going to teleport just a wall behind us. This is a dream. We can get away with whatever we want. But also, excuse me. But also, here. Oh, great. When we get to the second phase of the tutorial, like via normal gameplay means, which is here, we also teleport the portcullis as well. There we go. All right, but we're starting on the checkpoint, so boom. Yeah, you look backwards, you can kind of see it. But yeah, if you're trying to go backwards, there's just a wall here, right? That's a bit of a cheap move, but when, like I said, less than 1% of players are gonna do that. I know everyone watching this will do it, but now. Anyways, so let's write a concise prompt that'll teach players how status effects work. Is that Nightmare a segue? That's metal. Is a Nightmare segue? Yeah. The Hunter's Chariot is the official name, but it's a segue. That's one of the new cards the DLC is adding. Okay, so we need to make a prompt. We need to write a tutorial prompt. Okay, where is my tutorial prompt? here. So status effects will negatively affect the player, comma. It's kind of hard to read because that the status effect meter is in the way. Just a reminder, no backseating, no suggestions, no ideas. Don't worry, I will figure it out. But let's just get the prompt written out first. Be sure to avoid sources of buildup. So make sure to avoid sources of, I guess we'll color buildup red as well. Is buildup one word? I think buildup is one word. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, let's see how this looks. Status effects will negatively affect the player, so make sure to avoid sources of buildup. What I'm going to do is raise the poison effect to be on the top center of the screen, just temporarily while this tutorial is up. Status effects will negatively affect the player, so make sure to avoid sources of buildup. I think that is the fastest way to convey how to convey how status effects work in the lowest amount of words. Excuse me. Okay, so when this tutorial is up, we're going to go to. I'm gonna delete all these tabs. I have so many tabs open. Such a monster. Kart UI. No, it's in player UI. We have like multiple UI sources. Excuse me. Right here, this warning. Vertical box status effects. So we're gonna get, when we display this tutorial, we're going to get Kart. Upon ref, we're gonna get player UI. It's called main UI? Oof. Horrible naming convention. Alright, get vertical box status effects. Set position. So the default position for the box containing excuse me, the status effects is X0Y132.810913. Where's our music? Okay. And we're gonna lower it to 33, I believe is what I previewed. Let's try it. Chat, give me 1 second. Someone is at the door. Never mind, my roommate got it. Okay. So we're going to go into the poison. So we see the poison, and then see how the poison pops up, and the tutorial is below. Right, so the poison's up there now, so it just gets pushed up. So after that, we're going to excuse me, we're gonna wait 10 seconds, and then after 10 seconds, we're going to check. We're going to check and how are we granting poison? Basically, we want to wait 10 seconds, and then when you're and then it's gonna check to see if you're not being actively poisoned. So like you are outside of the purple water, and then it will go away. I just need to remember where the poison is being assigned. Is it in Kart? No way. Poison. Okay. I guess we'll just have it wait for this is gonna be too difficult to program, so we'll just have it. It's gonna take too much time to program, so we'll just have it wait for 12 seconds. And then we'll clear the scroll message, and we'll set the status effects box back to its original position. Excuse me. There's also a comma there after status effects. I'll have to remove that. Awesome. Okay. Yeah, there's a comma here. Alright. And like Okay, so there's a problem where players just won't read text. They just won't. So how I fix it, how I address that is that the tutorial won't progress until you do the action that the tutorial prompt is telling you to do. Now, there are tutorial prompts like this one that just wait for 10 seconds and then don't, and then like just go away. Most people won't read that, so I have to be very, very careful to selectively only have tutorial prompts. Be very careful with tutorial prompts that show up for X amount of seconds and then go away, like this one. Fortunately, status effects are pretty intuitive, right? Where you see the bar filling up on the top of the screen and it says poison and the 3 exclamation points. And then when it fills up all the way, like you get damaged, right? Like in Dark Souls, right? I don't think Dark Souls even teaches you how status effects works. It just happens once, and then, you know, after the first time it happens, you understand just how it works. Like, it's pretty intuitive. Like the filling up bar is a bit confusing the first time, but like you will figure it out. So if players just don't read this text, which I'm assuming most people won't, we should still be okay, because it's not. This isn't like a super important thing that the player has to know, like how the sniper rifle works, right? The sniper rifle is like, it is mandatory for the player to understand how the sniper rifle works, because it will show up in future levels, at least 2. So the sniper rifle, excuse me. So this tutorial prompt, which is pretty poorly placed, I'll have to fix that later. But this tutorial prompt will not go away until you kill the crow. So you're kind of forced to read it, or else the game will just loop indefinitely. And then, you know, you do it, and then it goes away, right?
2, 3.
My, what have
Excuse
we
me.
here, sisters?
And then this next part,
Leave me be, beasts.
press back to toggle firing modes. Once again, the tutorial will not progress. The tutorial will just loop indefinitely until you press the back button. So the player is forced to read this, acknowledge it, press the back button. Now the tutorial will progress.
Right on times 4.
And, you can switch back here if you want.
5. 6. Excellent. 7.
Right. And once again, using the rifle drains health, so looking for health transfusers. This one is not mandatory, so that one just goes away. So I'm going to assume most players, I'm going to assume most players will not read. But once again, that's not the end of the world. That's okay. And then also the status effects are pretty intuitive. Fox Loves You says, oh hey, forced tutorials, that's something everyone loves. Don't worry, the entire tutorial will be skippable. You can just pause and press skip. So don't worry about it. Like here, it's unfinished, but if we do the new game of the Nightmare Kart, of the main campaign, right? It has a very similar tutorial. Don't worry, Fox. So this is laid out very similarly. The main campaign tutorial, what we're doing right now is the DLC tutorial. The main campaign tutorial is very similar. It is forcing you to read the text before it progresses. That is true. I'm sure some people can find that annoying. So like how Fox is expressing how Fox finds that annoying. So what you can do is press start and then click skip tutorial, and there you go. And you know, it is your fault for not understanding how the game works, but you can just go to replay level tutorial. Fox Loves You says, I personally prefer intuitive tutorials, but they're very difficult to design as such. Right. Now, can you explain to me how a intuitive tutorial works? Teaching the player to press R1 to shoot. Is that how, like, do you mean like intuitive that there's no text? Right. like like I understand what you're saying, right? Like teaching a player to climb, right? They jump, and then when they jump towards a ledge that is strategically placed at a specific height, the player character will automatically do a clamber. There is no tutorial telling you how to do that, but you still need to teach them that A is jump, right? You still need to teach them that the left stick is move and the right stick is camera.
I must see her.
And also, worth noting, the tutorial will be skippable, Fox. I am personally a bit peeved that you came in here and said, personally, I prefer intuitive tutorials. I think that technically counts as a neg. So I'm a little bit peeved by that. You know, you come into my house and tell me how to arrange my furniture. But I'm going to move on because I guess we're done for today's stream anyways. So personally, I prefer intuitive tutorial. Oh my gosh. My gosh. Fox, you sly fox. Okay. Yeah, so that's 3 hours. We're gonna end it here. I have to make food and work on Bunlith Show, which I can't stream because, you know, spoilers. So I will end it here. Thank you so much, everyone, for checking out the stream. We got a whole lot done. This tutorial is coming along very nicely. Not as fast as I would like, but once again, I'm working on multiple projects at once, so this one has kind of slowed down a little bit, unfortunately. But I'll see you all next Sunday, hopefully. So until then, I'll see you all later. Peace out. Bye-bye.